What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I am the innocent bystander, Matt Sullivan.
I'm Trunks.
I'm Chris.
As you could see before you introduce yourself over there, Chris, we have a very special guest. We are missing two people today. That is Ortiz and that is Dean, but we have someone who's going to more than make up for that. And Chris, would you like to introduce yourself for the people?
First of all, thanks for having me on, guys. You guys do great work, so I'm happy to hop on and talk ball. I'm Chris LeBron. I host the Off the Ball podcast. I run the Off the Ball network, basketball podcasts. I've had, bunch of hoopers on the show and all that. So it's all things basketball. It's taking over. I forgot about all the other sports, bro. Like can't even talk to you about anything else. It's all hoop and all that. So grow that show for doing podcasts for like 3-4 years. So and interact with a lot of cool people. So like guys like you. So I'm happy to come on and talk some playoffs, man.
Yes, it's been amazing recently. I do want to say before anything, Chris is a great follow as well on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter. His podcast is phenomenal. Definitely worth a follow. So, but yeah, as you said before, talk playoff basketball. Playoff basketball has been insane. Yesterday was the first day I feel like I turned the game off at halftime for a little while. And that was because the Nuggets absolutely smacked around the Suns. But before we do get into that, we could get started with a little segment we like to call.
This is BallGame Bets.
There we go. Okay.
So I have the Knicks alternate spread plus 9.5 tonight. Julius Randle over 18.5 points. LeBron over 23.5 points. And Anthony Davis to score 20 plus.
I have RJ Barrett over 16.5 alternate points. I have Steph Curry over 28.5 alternate points. I have the New York Knicks plus 9.5 alternate spread. And I have the Golden State Warriors plus 6.5 alternate spread. Plus 254.
Warriors plus 3. Curry to score 25 plus. Jimmy Butler 25 plus. Jalen Brunson 25 plus.
Solid.
Nice. There it is.
Chris, I have to ask you before we get into anything, who are we giving our flowers to today?
Ooh.
Yes.
Live on the podcast.
Live on the podcast.
You know what's crazy? How I come up with that is just like I'll even just go on a YouTube little binge or like just randomly like watch something and be like, oh, I remember that player, and just like I can't think of someone off the top right now. I didn't get into flowers mode yet, but
Sure.
as we go on
during the show, let us know.
Yeah.
No, for sure. But
We'd love to bring
y'all get the exclusive. Y'all get the drop.
Fire. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. All right. So one person we're not going to give flowers to today, and I'm sorry, Kevin Durant, but you are not getting your flowers tonight. You guys just shit the bed. Well, obviously Kevin Durant didn't do it twice in a row, but the Suns shit the bed 2 years in a row now. At home in a closeout game, they got absolutely demolished. They lost 125-100 last night, and it was never close. It was never close at any point in this game aside from the first 5 minutes of the game. So what are our initial thoughts? What are our initial reactions? Obviously, we'll talk a little bit about what the Suns should be doing this offseason, but what are our initial reactions to the Game 6 loss for the Phoenix Suns?
I think it's hilarious, honestly. I love the Suns' downfall. Just seeing it 2 years in a row last year, I can't top that because that was crazy.
This
was
doesn't
amazing.
come close.
Doesn't come close.
That's great.
But this was amazing too. I hope that we get another apology letter from Suns ownership. It's pretty cool.
What did you think of it last night, Chris?
Man, like from the jump, like it was over. Like the Denver Nuggets just dominated from the jump. Like, and it was, you would think coming off what happened last year, right? Last year's debacle, right? Where Dallas it felt like they were up by like 70.
Yes.
You would think with Kevin Durant, like they would just will their way, and like no point in that game was it, like we mentioned before, like you thought, okay, you got KD and Booker, they got the clip. Like they could come back from 20 and all that, and it just never happened. Like campaign. If it wasn't for campaign, we might be talking about a worse
40-point loss.
Yeah, we went to 40-point loss. I mean, we had 31 or something. Like
31.
It's like they needed him to make it even close. 25 points.
16. He turned into Devin Booker. He shot almost 16.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, because you're looking forward to that game, and as a fan, you're like, all right, this is a big game. Suns are at home, and then nothing. Like Joker just got 8 and traded. They're like, nah, don't come back. when you use your key card, it's just gonna be like it's gonna be like it just
Jamal Adams' name.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jamal Adams. Like when you try to gets into the facility, it's like no, you don't even bother. Like it's disappointing, man.
Monty Williams wanted his ass out. I hate to say it. Monty Williams wanted his ass out.
Yeah, that whole situation is weird because everyone swears by Monty Williams. Like he's like the nicest human in the world, and the only person that doesn't like him is DeAndre Ayton. So like, that's how you know, like, yeah, it's on you, Ayton. Like, everybody loves Monty. So that situation's all weird and all that. So they're gonna have a tough off. They're gonna have to figure out a lot of things this offseason because he got CP.
Yep.
Now they probably don't want him back, and like I know his deal's like partially guaranteed for next season. So they got to figure some things out. They got to get some extra depth on the bench because the bench, non-existent, for a lot of the season. So, tough, man. And Joker just he demoralized them. It's like what Jimmy did to Milwaukee. Like he got everyone fired. He got Giannis acting crazy in the post game. It's just a lot. So it was wild.
I can't help but think, is this the last chance that CP3 had at a ring?
I think so. I
think next year if he stays.
If he stays, I don't know. They said that they're looking to trade him though.
They want to play fast.
Yeah,
they want to play fast, and he kind of, especially at this age and all the injuries, the pace of play is going to be even slower. So, and they want to push it with KD and Book, So I definitely think they're going to try to find someone to replace him, and the injuries, and he just wasn't the same this year. Like you could tell, like, all right, he's definitely, not the CP, of old. So
I will
they're definitely gonna try to upgrade for sure.
I think that the last 2 games CP could have helped. I think the last 2 games, especially Chris Paul. I mean, they definitely needed someone to just, I don't know, get them into sets, get them easier looks, and it just slow the pace down of the game because clearly it was not working out for you this time. I mean, and you didn't have that guy. Devin Booker is a phenomenal playmaker. He's made massive strides, but he is not a floor general. That he is not. So that's where Chris Paul, in my opinion, comes in and would make a massive difference. So
if they were to trade him, any ideas?
No
idea. No clue.
I don't know.
Not an ideal spot.
It's really something like obviously it wouldn't be 1-for-1, but like Drew Holiday, Chris Paul.
I don't know why the Bucks
I
would
wouldn't do that if I'm the Bucks. I wouldn't do that if I'm the Bucks. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough with Chris Paul. It's tough. I could even see Phoenix bringing him back and going into like a bigger lineup with D Book running the 1 like as the starter and just bringing Chris Paul off the bench.
That could happen too.
I don't know if Chris Paul would be cool coming off the bench, but if they're trying to play fast, you have a guy like Chris Paul to come in off the bench and be like a change of pace type of guy. So I don't know. They have an interesting offseason coming up.
Yeah. You somehow have to find guys that bring the defense of Okogie and the shooting of Landry Shamet. So you need to combine players right now. That's pretty much what you have to do. They don't have any guys that I feel like bring both skill sets. Landry Shamet was trying his ass off on defense this series. I will give him that. But you don't have a guy that brings both skill sets. And you got to find a few of those to surround Devin Booker and Kevin Durant with. That's for damn sure. Aside from that, I mean, where does DeAndre Ayton end up?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
It's so interesting because the only guys they have under contract going into next year are KD, D Book, Ayton, and Landry Shamet. Those are the only 4 guys they have under contract. They have some player options with Chris Paul and I think someone else, but other than that, their books are clear. But this free agency is kind of weak. They still have a shit ton of money tied up into KD, Book, and Ayton, so it's going to be tough. A lot of people want Monty gone. There's a lot of decisions for them to make. So
do you guys think Monty's the guy?
I don't think he's the problem.
I agree.
I don't think he's the problem, but I do think they could potentially benefit from a coaching change. They don't shoot enough threes.
They really don't.
That's
especially against a team like the Nuggets, who's going to chuck them things up.
Part of the issue is the fact that Kevin Durant and Devin Booker's play style is conducive to living in the mid range. That's not on Monty Williams. Like, sure, you could tell them shoot more threes, but their play style is so conducive to living in the mid range.
I think those guys could be volume 3-point shooters.
I agree. I definitely.
KD didn't attempt a 3 last night. That's pretty bad.
That is bad.
I'm trying to look at some role players that they could get. Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, the free agency market's so weak this year.
Yeah, free agency is really weak. So they're not going to be, unless they get some guys on vet min contracts and all that could come in, but they need more toughness too.
I'm gonna be honest.
They're just
One landing
fragile.
spot. Dylan Brooks. If
I was
nobody
thinking that this
fucking wants
morning.
the guy,
Honestly, yeah,
Dylan Brooks makes so much sense for this team.
it would.
I'm just saying.
He's a defender, and he might not be a good one, but he is a volume 3-point shooter. So.
He will shoot him. He will definitely shoot him.
He's not afraid to shoot it, yeah. Even if it's 30%, but he ain't afraid to shoot it. But they need more toughness. They definitely need more toughness and all that. So I think like Jay Crowder is a free agent too.
Yeah,
So they didn't work out with Milwaukee.
They
They
just
gave 5 second-round picks for him, and they didn't even play him in the playoffs. But I still feel like he has something left.
That would be crazy if they
they ended
traded.
up back with him.
Yeah, if they traded and got 5 first-round picks and then still.
Especially if Monty's gone, because I wouldn't be surprised if because new ownership and all that, they might just be like, let's just start over and all. Let's try to get a new face, on the team. But we'll see what happens with that. But they got to figure out some things for sure.
Another guy that they just played who had a big game in Game 5, Bruce Brown. He would fit perfectly with the Phoenix Suns as
The
well.
Nuggets aren't going to
But
let
the
Bruce
Nuggets are
Brown
not
walk.
letting Bruce Brown go anywhere.
No way.
There's no way.
He's like Josh Hart. Like he's just one of those
Yes.
players that just you plug in and like they're not the ideal size and all that, but they just fit in and they just know how to do all the little stuff.
He's
That,
improved his shooting so much since coming into the league too.
Bruce Brown's good,
is
bro.
such a
He
good
could
basketball
get
player.
to the rack. He could shoot a little
He's a
bit.
good
He obviously
playmaker.
defends. Yeah. No, Bruce Brown could ball.
He's one of the best role players in the league. I mean, speaking of role players, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope had a fucking phenomenal game last night. What did he drop? What did he have?
Like
21.
Yeah.
21.
21,
Yeah,
yeah.
all of them in
17
the
in
first. All
yeah.
of them. No. In the first quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. 21 at half and didn't score again in the second half. But that's all. I mean, they didn't really need anyone to score in the second half again. But yeah, KCP had a massive game. He came out firing from the jump. There was, and he and Jokic have such a good chemistry between them
Like Shaq
on
and Kobe.
dribble handoffs and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, Jokic with everyone on this team, to be honest. But Jokic, all right, I'm gonna say it. He's the best basketball player in the world. Period. He's the best basketball player in the world. I'm sorry. There's no more argument.
No.
There's no arguing. There's no arguing. There's nobody else. I'm sorry. It's Jokic. Like, we have to put some damn respect on this man's name.
Win your ring first, buddy.
Yeah, Steph Curry exists. Giannis still exists.
Yeah.
I don't promote people to best in the world for winning a second round series.
I
He
don't-
wins the ring, I'll have no problem
yeah.
calling him the best in the world. And I have no problem with people calling him the best in the world. He's that caliber of a player. But I personally, I'm not going to prop you to that point until you win a ring.
I guess. I don't know. In my opinion, I think he's the best basketball player in the world now. I put out a tweet last night and I said it's crazy to me that people were holding his past 2 seasons of failures in the playoffs against him when his second best player was Aaron Gordon and he didn't have Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. for either of those. And people were giving him crap for putting up triple doubles in the playoffs and not winning the series when he's doing everything he possibly could to do so.
LeBron's been dealing with that for 20 years.
Yeah, LeBron should have at least 6-7 MVPs and all. Like it's all narrative, and that's the worst part about the MVP. It's all like once the whole Kendrick Perkins things came out and all that,
God,
it kind of felt like the agenda to like not give Joker the MVP was pushed heavy, and that's why.
Yes.
And Embiid cried a little bit. Let's be real, he cried a little bit that he should have won MVP and all that, and then it just pushed it, and that's not how it should be. I mean, they all deserve. Embiid deserved it. Joker deserved it. Like it should be based off that, but it's all agenda and all that. They pushed it in for Embiid and all that. It was crazy how that whole thing just went crazy and all. Like we're getting mad at Joker for averaging a triple double. People were mad at that.
Yeah,
Like, it's his fault that he's that good and like he's making his team. He's the number 1 team in the West and all that, and we're punishing him. They call him empty stats. I'm like, are you serious? The whole empty stat thing is wild. Like that's
someone at the gym said that to me in Tricali. He said he's stat padding, and I was like, "What? Literally, what are you talking about?
No,
How is Jokic stat padding? The only time I'll ever give someone the stat pad argument, and I hate to say it is the Russell Westbrook MVP season. Like it is. Like Russ definitely stat padded a little bit, but But also, like, I thought Russ should have won that MVP. So
Did
still,
he
regardless.
stat pad though?
He stat
I
padded.
don't think. I think the way that offense
He had
was,
like a 90% win rate when he had a triple double
is
though.
true.
Like
That
it
is
led
true.
to winning.
and they wanted him to get the rebounds too. Like that's how the offense
yeah.
was. Like because
It was
Adams could
not
average like
transition,
15,
yeah.
but they wanted Russ because the offense so they can move faster. They were like, Russ, we need you to get the board so you can push up more. You know, that's how they made the offense, especially when KD left. You know, they like we need to push, you know, more. So, you know,
Yeah, I don't think empty stats exists.
I don't think it exists either. No, I think that's just the narrative like fans create and all like empty. Like it's hard. First of all, like when we use that a lot for like Devin Booker used to get that when he was, you know, before the little run they had. But it's like, who is he passing the ball to? Like a lot of these guys, who are they pass? It's harder because now you got the whole defense is oriented around you. You're getting double, triple teamed and all that. So like, it's even harder to get a buck.
And then we saw,
30,
and then we saw what happened with Devin Booker once he had teammates. He
Yeah.
became one of the better players in the world.
Look at De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Yes, another massive example. I hope the Kings do some big things this offseason. I really do. Side note.
More than giving Jokic and the Nuggets players credit, I want to give Michael Malone an extreme amount of credit. Who's a better coach than him right now, other than Eric Spoelstra? Honestly,
no, that's it.
That's
really it.
Like I know Jokic is phenomenal and he's a system by himself on offense, but Michael Malone really designed the perfect offense to get him into his spots, to get Jamal Murray into spots.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they have amazing personnel, but the way that offense, they're constantly moving and it's an offense. There's no offense like that in the NBA. Maybe you could say the Kings are somewhat resemble it, but it's two completely different things. Just the way they move, they're always moving. They're always setting back screens for each other. So it's cool to see.
It's a very pretty offense to watch operate. And I mean, Jokic and Jamal are very good. Jamal not to the extent of Jokic, but is a very good playmaker in himself. A lot of the players in their rotation are just incredibly smart basketball players. Like they know how to play the game of basketball at the highest level and make reads. Bruce Brown, one of those guys, as we said before, he's pretty much become their backup point guard, but he fills a multitude of roles. It's not just he's their backup point guard. He's also one of their best defenders. He's also going to be able to guard 1 through 4 on a nightly basis if you need him to. It's just Christian Brown, another guy that phenomenal basketball player. And he needs to continue getting somewhere around the 25-minute in every single game for the remainder of these playoffs. He defends his ass off. He can shoot threes. I mean, coming out of Kansas, we just knew he would be a good basketball player. Like that was just the thing. He was one of those players that you saw and you were like, he's going to be a good basketball player in the NBA. So I don't know. This Nuggets team is legit, and people wanted to take away from them. Dean owes me $50, by the way. He's running from the ground today.
Yeah.
But
Garden.
But yeah. But yeah, it's just this team is legit, and I think they're the favorites of the finals from here on out, in my opinion. Right now, from what we've seen,
like actually favored, I think they are.
From what we've seen,
they should be.
Yeah,
they should be. Do you think the Warriors or the Lakers?
No, the Celtics are. Sorry.
Who of those two teams would the Nuggets least want to face? Warriors or Lakers?
I feel like the easy answer is the Lakers.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Especially since the Warriors have beaten this team. Not this team exact, but like they've beaten the Nuggets in past playoff series. I don't think they want to see them again.
So you think the Nuggets?
Oh, I think they don't want to see the Warriors. Sorry.
Okay. What about you, Chris?
I think they don't want to see the Lakers.
Yeah. It's close though. I think
they can match up this year well with the Warriors. I think they got enough guys and all that. And I think them and the Lakers, they probably wouldn't want to. I think they could beat both in 6 or 5.
I think anyone could beat anyone.
They're worried, but I think they would take down the Warriors in 5.
Really?
Yeah, I think they would take them down in 5. And the Lakers just simply because of the AD factor and all that. Because there's sometimes AD could look like Hakeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing on one. And there's times where so he'll have a couple of those games and all that. But I think they beat both. I think they're going to the finals and all that. But I think they would really ramp up for the Warriors. I think they would take them down in 5 or 6.
So who do we think they're getting in the if they make the finals? Who do we think? Because obviously this whole Boston Philly thing, and I guess we can, yeah. But before we get into that, I did want to speak a little bit more about KCP. I did want to speak a little more about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Just say you got a TikTok segment, bro.
I do.
You don't want to speak about him more. You just got a segment.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope edition of Would You Rather.
That was bad. Would you rather edition?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Would you rather edition? What the fuck, bro? Why can't I do
no,
this
it's
today?
Would You Rather Kentavious Caldwell-Pope edition.
There it is. Would you? All right, here we go. Would you rather Kentavious Caldwell-Pope edition? There we go. All right, first one. Austin Reeves.
KCP.
Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves.
You said what, Chris?
KCP.
Okay. Josh Hart. Yep.
Josh Hart. I know he hasn't been playing like it the past few games, but Josh Hart still.
I'm gonna still take KCP. Barely though.
KCP.
I think this one's gonna be easy, but Norman Powell.
KCP.
Ooh. Norman Cloud got a clip.
He does.
I'm gonna take Norman Powell.
I'll take KCP because of the defense.
Okay. Kevin Huerter.
KCP.
Yeah,
Comfortably.
Yeah. KCP. Yeah.
Someone who wasn't in the playoffs. Devin Vassell.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Vassell.
Vassell.
Jaden McDaniels.
That's the one on the Timberwolves?
Yep.
Okay. I always get them confused. McDaniels.
Wait, no, it might be Jalen on the I don't know. It's just the Timberwolves one.
Yeah, I always get them confused. That one. McDaniels.
Okay.
I'll take McDaniels too.
I'm gonna take KCP because I know he won't smash his hand and then before playoff days. So.
That is
Yo,
true.
2-pointer said in the chat, how did I know you guys were gonna do a KCP? Would you rather?
All right, and last one, Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield.
Buddy. I'm gonna go Buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Buddy Hield slightly though. Barely.
Okay, there you go. That's all of them.
Solid.
Those were good ones.
Those are great.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, that was good.
All right. Since we were speaking about it before.
Would you rather edition?
Oh, geez. All right. So obviously we were speaking about it before. Celtics and Sixers last night. That was the first game of the two, and what an ugly game this was. The 76ers had what I thought was going to be their best chance to put this away, because now I think game 7 in Boston, you're in trouble. And Jason Tatum will most likely not shoot 0 for 10 in a first half again.
He did it twice. I don't know.
He has done it twice. That's very true. But that's why it can't happen.
Yeah, not at home
right?
in a game 7.
Not at home in a game 7, right? Like you would think. Jason Tatum saved himself last night.
Yep.
He saved his legacy.
Yep. Watched
very early on.
Legacy.
He would have got killed. He would have got killed.
Oh my god. I watched a Funky Diabetic on YouTube, and I watched his game recap, and this man said I was afraid to go on Twitter because I was gonna see Jason Tatum just getting ripped apart. And he's like, I would have been a part of it, but like I wasn't going to go on Twitter to witness it. And I was in my head, I'm like, yeah, I can't even imagine what Twitter looked like while this game was going on.
Looked bad.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Fried. At one point, he was shooting 7%.
Yeah.
Christ, man. But it didn't matter, because when it mattered the most,
He stepped up.
he was phenomenal. And it's crazy because the level of confidence that it takes for him to pull that corner 3 where Joel Embiid is in his grill, and just for that to be the shot, to be like, okay, now I'm gonna get going. That was ridiculous to me. Tatum is impacting the game in other ways, I will say that, but
He's done that every game.
he needs to score.
He does.
You can't come out this flat this early. Thank God for Marcus Smart having a big game. Thank God for Jaylen Brown being as good as he is. Yeah, they kept you in it. Robert Williams was phenomenal in this one.
Insane.
Amazing in
Smart
this
move
one.
to start him.
Yes, Joe Mazzulla made a great move there. But yeah, what do we think going into Game 7? What are our thoughts on this series so far?
I mean, you kind of nailed it. Kevin Durant's probably somewhere really jealous of Jason Tatum that he has teammates that could keep him afloat when he's struggling.
Yeah,
because that's exactly what that was. Tatum was a non-factor in this game for the first 43 minutes, maybe 44 minutes. Like you said, Marcus Smart was incredible. We're going to have to start having some real conversations about Marcus Smart because he's just one of those guys who actually elevates his game come playoff time. So, shout out Marcus Smart for being elite. Jaylen Brown, in my opinion, has been one of the most consistent players all playoffs. He's not doing anything too crazy, but he's just giving you that solid 25 every night. Like you said, Robert Williams was incredible in this game just as a weak side rim protector.
and up there.
Yeah, I mean, they got the job done. On Philly's end, man, that can't happen. That was your chance right there, especially for Doc. That was your chance to get these narratives out of the way about you not being able to close out a series. And there he goes again. Doc Rivers potentially blowing a lead. I don't know.
Didn't they say like it was like his 30th, like
30-second,
30-second,
loss in a closeout game or something.
That's
all time.
Wow, that's a wild stat. That's a wild stat.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, at least he's gotten to that many closeout games.
Yeah, I guess.
You gotta look at it that way, yeah, but it's wild. How many chances he's had to we talk about all the times he blew 3-1 leads with the Clippers and then all that, and it's like it's crazy. It's crazy how many close games, like, and this is why, like, he's lived off that 08 championship for a long time.
Yes, he has.
For a long time.
Yes, he has.
It's just been crazy and all that, but with the Sixers, Tobias Harris is just MIA.
I've been hyping him up because he's been pretty good through the playoffs so far. And then the last two games, it's been god awful for him.
Yeah, 1 for 7, 2 points in a playoff game.
Yeah, I think PJ had more points than him.
He had 8. Yeah, he shot 2. He shot 3 for 8, 2 for 7 from.
If PJ got more points than you, something's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when you're a guy that's known for scoring the basketball too. Probably not a good thing that PJ Tucker's outscoring you. Joel was good in the beginning of the fourth quarter and then very quiet down the stretch.
So not only did he not shoot a shot in the last 4 minutes, he didn't touch the ball in the last 4 minutes. He didn't touch it once.
Why? My question was, why was there not more
weird.
James Harden, Joel Embiid pick and roll down the stretch?
So weird. And then you had DeAnthony Melton out there practically shooting you out of the game. Every time bro caught the ball, he was chucking.
He missed all the shots, right? I think he missed.
Shot 0 for 5 in this game. Yes, 0 for 5.
Literally shot them out the game.
I mean, granted, they were good open looks for the most part of them. Most of them were good open looks. There's shots that you have to take in that situation if you're that wide open. But yes, it was not good. Melton's defense throughout the series, though, has been very good. But yeah, I mean, Tyrese Maxey had another good one, 26, 9 of 20. I mean, you'll take that, I guess. Harden had a stinker. It feels like 4 of 16 just can't happen.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't just get a decent Harden. Game 5 was a decent Harden. It was like a solid, good Harden game. We've either had phenomenal James Harden or like really bad James Harden. And this was one of those where it was really bad James Harden in a game where you couldn't afford to have really bad James Harden. Yeah, I mean, they had a 7-man rotation pretty much. Paul Reed barely played. Daniel House played 8 minutes. Melton 24, and then Niang 15. Jaden McDaniels, who traded for at the deadline, hasn't played.
Surprising.
I think the same. I agree, especially in a series like this where you have 2 really good wings and he's a defensive-minded player. I would think that he would find some minutes in the series, but
he could shoot a little bit too, Jalen.
Yeah, I mean, it's hit or miss, but I mean, you got to give him a chance. Yeah, I feel like you at least have to give the guy a chance.
If you're giving Daniel House a chance, I feel like McDaniels could get some burn out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
They're cooked.
I agree.
Probably.
They fucked up.
Yeah, they did.
This was the chance at home. They fucked up.
You gave Boston all the confidence in the world now.
Mm-hmm.
All the confidence in the world.
Because they won a game they shouldn't have won. Like
Exactly.
your best player didn't, 1 of 14 going into the fourth quarter, I think. Like you gotta capitalize on it. But Harden 4 of 17 shooting, and Embiid's knee, man. I don't know how that thing's gonna last. Like he's just plotting out there. Like he still does his thing because he's just naturally good. We get 25, 26 points, 10 rebounds, but that knee, man, that's troublesome. Even if they do find a way to advance, like
I agree
against Miami or New York, type of teams.
Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. If the Knicks fucking somehow pull this series out and we win and we make the finals,
you're gonna have to cancel down Midtown. Like it's just gonna be.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. The city's gonna literally shut down.
It's going to burn.
They shut down 7th Avenue after every playoff win. Imagine we made the finals.
Well, all right, we got to take it a game at a time. We got to win tonight.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Imagine. I'm not saying we're making it.
No, I know.
Imagine we did.
I know.
My last point about the Celtics is they're definitely winning Game 7 because Al Horford has been
horrible
MIA the past 2 games from 3, so that just means he's going to go like 5 for 7 from 3 in Game 7. He's gonna be.
Al's one of those guys that hits big shots. Yeah. So like when he's needed the most, I mean he hasn't been the last 2 games, but like when he's needed the most, he seems to hit big shots. So
yeah, it's just a law of averages. He's gonna have a big game shooting the ball. So
I feel like about with Jason Tatum in the first half.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tatum and Al Horford are gonna carry them,
man. It like them two are gonna combine for like 70. Like Al Horford's gonna go for like 15, and Tatum's gonna have 55.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a Game 7. I think it should be close down the stretch, but I can honestly see Philly getting blown the fuck out, just blown the fuck out, like on a Suns type shit, like that
it could happen. But then Philly's gonna be another team like the Suns that they got to figure out a lot of things because Harden's gonna be a free agent, Maxi's up for a rookie extension. Do you keep Doc? There's going to be a lot of things.
They're going to trade
Tobias. I got to figure out Tobias because that can't keep up happening.
Doc will be gone if they lose Game 7. Doc is gone.
Yeah.
Doc is gone if they lose Game 7, and Tobias is getting traded. That's just that. But you mentioned the knee with Embiid. I think that's a long-term problem. Health is just a long-term problem with this guy. Like I hate to say it, but it is. It's a concern. Will Joel Embiid ever be healthy when it matters the most? It just doesn't seem to be the case. So. I don't know. Philly's got a lot of decisions to make.
Man, at least he got that MVP.
Yeah.
He
did get that MVP.
Because it cost him. The injuries cost him 1 or 2 MVPs. The last 2. So
yeah, it's a tough situation. Philly's got a very big, important off season ahead of them if they lose this. If they lose the series against Boston.
If they lose this shit, Harden might be gone.
You think so?
Yeah, I could see it. Bro, you see the reports about him going back to Houston?
So here's my thing.
Still makes sense.
If Harden's gone, what do you do? Like, is it just
might have to blow it up?
Is it tear down time?
I don't know.
Like the process.
You got to give the keys to Maxey.
Do you trade Embiid?
No, I don't think you have to trade him yet.
You got to let it rock. You got to ride with it.
Yeah.
You got to ride with it.
You got to hope Tyrese Maxey takes that next step. Yeah. You move on from Toby, get some more.
You can get for Maxey. What happened?
I don't know. Okay. You guys on the Wi-Fi?
No. If Harden leaves, I think maybe I'm not saying you do trade him, but you see what you can get for Maxey. Because if say you can do a swap for Jaylen Brown, pair up Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid.
What, Tyrese Maxey swap for?
Yeah.
No, the Celtics wouldn't do that.
I mean, you obviously have to trade more, but like I said earlier, I'm thinking the Celtics might end up having to trade Jaylen Brown. Why not explore that? I don't know.
It's
one of the options.
I don't think those two make sense as trade partners there either. They wouldn't trade with each other. I just don't think they trade with each other either. Boston doesn't want to send Jaylen Brown to fucking Philly.
That's true.
There's no way. Yeah.
He's gonna destroy Boston. You know that, right? He's just gonna go destroy them. He's already on and off with the city of Boston and all that. He plays against them. He's going to just torch him up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're going to get Tatum mad, and then now you might lose out. It could be a whole ripple effect, if you trade him to your rival.
I don't know why he doesn't get more shots. That's my question. I just don't know why he doesn't get more shots. I know Tatum's supposed to be the guy there, but it really is a 1A, 1B. That's what it should be at least because Jaylen's been phenomenal. And Tatum, while Tatum has faltered, Jaylen has been very good and very consistent and reliable. So I don't know. I have no idea, but
I don't know.
Shout out to them for staying alive.
All right, so
Dean,
the two games. What?
Dean texted in the group chat. He said, "Y'all don't look at chat." Dean said,
I
"What's
always
up,
look
guys?"
at the chat.
And he asked if anyone's ball game bets hit.
Oh, no.
We suck.
Oh my god.
Sleazy says in the chat to send James Harden to Shanghai with Dylan Brooks and DeAndre Ayton.
Yo, last night during the Suns game, Dwight Howard tweeted, "Taiwan is calling."
CP, oh man.
Bro, Dwight's a clown. Dwight should still be in the NBA, in my opinion.
should
Same
be.
with DeMarcus Cousins. Those two should be in the NBA still.
Boogie's killing in Puerto Rico right now. There's a bunch of hoopers in Puerto Rico that ball.
Yo,
out.
I was thinking about this actually. I think I was driving to the gym yesterday and I was on Twitter at a red light or whatever, and someone said, "How is Cody Zeller in the league, but not DeMarcus Cousins?" And I really thought about it for a second. I think it's just about the role.
Yeah.
Like, I
exactly.
love Boogie and he could hoop. Like, I know Boogie could hoop. He would fucking beat me 11-0 if we played 1-on-1.
Probably.
But like, Cody Zeller has been in that role of being a fringe starter, backup center, set screens and rebound for
his entire career.
10 plus years now.
Mhm.
Boogie, when he was in the league, he was the guy.
Yeah,
So,
like
I feel like
I
he
don't
should
think-
get a chance to not be the guy. He really didn't even get a chance.
I was about to say
The only
like,
chance he got really was in Denver, and I thought he did
Very
a pretty
good
good
off the
job.
bench.
He
Yeah.
did good in Denver.
Yeah.
He did
I
really
think-
good.
I think there are a few spots that, as a sixth man in that type of role, where he can kind of facilitate an offense off the bench. He's still capable of doing that.
It's just tough because I feel like for a backup center, you don't want your backup center to come in and be a liability defensively.
Yes, that I agree.
Especially at that position.
That is
So-
true. That is what. Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure there's some team that could use him though.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. I mean, this team could have made some sense. I mean, Miami, yeah, sure, it could make some sense. They have the defenders to make up for it too. But yeah, speaking of the New York Knicks and the Miami Heat, Game 6 tonight,
oh yeah,
7:30 on ESPN. Oh boy,
big.
as a Knicks fan, I'm terrified.
I'm so scared.
I am terrified.
But
Couldn't say.
I have hope. I have hope. I really do. Like, we almost lost last game. It
Jalen
was
Brunson
bad.
fucking went
He
nuclear.
went nuclear. Yeah, bro. Him and Grimes played all 48. It was
Yeah.
amazing. Bro, that
Needed it
play,
too.
Yo,
That
Quentin
play-
Grimes is phenomenal.
Yo,
that play was insane.
it was amazing, bro.
Like Greg Jennings. He put the team on his back.
Yes, yes. That man has heart, bro.
The man got hurt,
Yes.
came back in the play, guarded Jimmy,
Got the
stole it
steal.
from Jimmy, and then stood there and just was like, "No, someone please come get the ball. I can't move."
Mhm. And then, bro, even then, I wanted him to shoot that three. They called the whistle. He still shot it.
And then
banked that
banked
shit
it in. Oh my god.
That was amazing.
Yeah. I love Quentin.
I love him.
He's endeared himself to all the
Yeah.
Knicks fans for sure.
He had a big game when he really needed it.
Yeah. Josh Hart has been quiet.
Yeah, foul trouble's been a big part of that, though.
Foul trouble has been a big.
Wait, we're good.
Wait, whoa. Chris, wait, we're still live. We're back. How did that happen?
Let's
How
go.
are we still live? What the fuck?
All right, well, we're back, I guess.
I wonder if they heard us.
No, I don't think they heard it.
We didn't really say much. I was just making
No, we
noises.
didn't. We were just sad. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were just very sad.
Where
All
was
right,
I?
well, we're back.
I was
what's
talking
up,
about Julius
everybody?
Randle.
Welcome back to the BallGame podcast.
But yeah, finally, Julius looked like he was interested. We've needed that all series. If he does like last game, I think we can definitely come back and beat the Heat.
You know, crazy
But-
enough, after the game where he said, I think they just wanted it more than us.
He finally showed
He
that
looked like he
it.
wanted it. He looked like he wanted it. So that was great. That was
Needed that badly from him.
Yeah, it sucks we don't have IQ tonight, most likely.
He ain't been doing shit
But
anyway.
yeah, he hasn't really been doing shit. So we're gonna probably see another 48 minutes from Brunson and Grimes.
I'm
which
gonna be honest with you though.
Probably meeting. Yeah, probably.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to play almost the full game.
They got a front run on them. They got to get on Miami because Miami obviously they struggle to score. So like,
Yeah,
we have to build like we did last game, and they chipped away a little bit, but we built that 20-point lead. We got to do the same. It has to be the same blueprint and all that, and we have to box out. The reason why they came back a little bit is the little things, the boxing out, and all that, and that's what killed us the game before
Yep.
that. They must have had like 5. The offensive rebounds really killed us. Them getting all the offensive. So we have to limit that, box out, kill them on the offensive glass, and we should be all right.
We beat them by 16 in the rebounding battle in this game. 16.
Finally.
Yep.
And we killed them in the regular season. That's why I thought I had Knicks in 5 because I thought they would just destroy them on the board.
I had them in 6. Yeah, I thought the same
I
thing.
just thought they would kill them on the boards where we get so many second chance opportunities and they can't score. That would be too much. But we've let their guards go off. Gabe Vincent, Max Strus go off, and that's kind of what killed us. And
Hooping, bro.
Mhm.
yeah, so we have to limit that their guards to go off and all that, and don't let Jimmy get to the line. When he gets to the line 11, 12, 13, 14 times, now you're just putting the game in his hands. We got to limit that. We do that, we're going to be all right. We've beaten them at their place before. Julius Randle had that monster game where he hit the game winner, a few months back. So, we just got to do the small things and we'll be all right.
yeah. It's been one game at a time. We
Mhm.
did our job last game, and after game 1, when they beat us, it's been the same thing. We just have to win one game in Miami. It hasn't changed. We just got to win one game in Miami. That's
Exactly.
it.
I will say one thing.
It's been the same thing.
Jimmy Butler's not just going for 19 again.
Probably not.
He's not just going for 19 again.
But that's fine. We can still beat them if he scores more than that. Like if he has a big game, we can still win.
Dean says that your guys' poor perimeter defense has forced Mitchell Robinson out and help, and that's why Bam is killing.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's true.
Great point, Wagner.
I mean, we don't have many great perimeter defenders. It's a fact. I mean, Jalen Brunson is not known as a good perimeter defender. No disrespect to JB, but he's also doing everything on the offensive end for us. So I mean, I don't expect him to be doing everything possible on the defensive end when he's literally giving us everything for 48 minutes on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, yes, Quentin Grimes and Josh Hart are very good perimeter defenders, but they're the only ones. And I mean, when they're playing 40 minutes a series per game, it's like eventually your legs are just cooked. And I mean, they gave it everything they had in that Cleveland series, And I'm not saying they're worn down. They're professional athletes, but at the same time, it takes a lot out of you. So yeah, I mean, the perimeter defense has not been good. But Jimmy Butler is something else. And obviously you have these guys running off screens like crazy, like they're Klay fucking Thompson. And Duncan Robinson and Max Strus are hitting. So
gotta limit them.
Exactly. I mean, it's just there's only so much you get worn down when you have to do stuff like that throughout the entirety of a game. Eventually, I feel like Max Strus has to cool off because it feels like every game he's just been having stretches where he hits 2 or 3 in a row. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one, as you said, one at a time, just one at a time. And if you can win this one, now you're at game 7 in the fucking Garden. You're home. You're home now.
Yes,
it's just one game and you're home.
One game. We just
So
need to win one game.
That's it. You just got to win one game. You can't look at it. We were down 3-1. Like, no, you got to take it one game at a time and all. That's the approach they're going to take. And I'm it's nerve wracking for tonight, but I feel confident. I do feel confident
too.
they'll make the adjustments and all that they need. Get back to how they were playing. They played last game, and just like I said, don't let the little things. The little things have killed them this series. That's why they're down 3-1. If they limit that like they did last game, they'll be in this, and hopefully Game 7 at the Garden. But
bro, confidence is a scary thing as a Knicks fan, though. Once I start to feel confident, that's when I know there's a problem. Then
I was confident. I was more confident in them beating the Heat than I was them beating the Cavaliers.
I completely agree with that.
100%. It's crazy to think that, but I was more confident. But it just Miami's battle tested.
Yes, they are. And honestly, I think I'm done with the whole. If they go back to the playoffs next year as an 8th seed, I'm done with whatever they did in the regular season. That shit's thrown out the window now. From now on, whatever the Heat do in the regular season, that shit is thrown out the window. You are not the same team come playoff time.
Exactly. But they showed us like it's just crazy because they lose to Atlanta, right? In the first play-in game. And then they almost lose to the Bulls. So it's like they're showing us, and then the inconsistency of the year, you're like, it's got to end, right? They're not going to beat the Bucks, and like they beat them in 5. And like, all right, the Knicks are going to dominate them because they got size, rebound, and they're up 3-1. It's like, all right, we just got to stop. Like whatever happens, like once you get into playoffs, it's like they're just a different team and all. I can't doubt them anymore.
They really are. Yeah, it's tough, man. If we could get another big night from Randall, I think we're in good shape. I think we're in good shape.
Expecting
get another big night from Randall.
We need it.
But yeah, that's the one game tonight, and then the second game is the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers. That is the 10 o'clock nightcap, and that is also a Game 6 where it's a potential comeback from a 3-1 deficit.
Fuck the corgi.
Is it over tonight?
No. Wait, yeah. It's over tonight.
So even subconsciously it's not over yet.
No, it's over tonight.
No.
I expect the Lakers to win tonight. I really do.
Let's go Warriors.
I don't know.
I expect the Lakers to win
I
tonight.
really don't know. If I'm being honest with you, I really
Game 6 Clay is a real thing, though.
It is. I didn't think the Lakers are gonna win it last game. Like, I don't know.
Game 6 Clay was a thing until last series.
Yeah, that was bad.
Game 6 Clay was atrocious last series. So I don't know.
The Warriors keep finding things that work.
Yes.
That's why I would be concerned if I was a Lakers fan. Last game, it was Steph and Wiggins in the pick and roll for the first time all series.
Wiggs is hurt.
Tonight.
Huh?
Wiggs is hurt.
That's interesting.
Potential fracture in his rib.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
He's hurt, too. He got the concussion, right?
AD, I don't know if it's a concussion. He's playing tonight. He's playing.
He got wheeled off, and then the TNT got on.
Oh my god. Shaq and Chuck are something else. I'll say that. There's something else. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even pick this game. I don't know who's gonna win. I really don't.
I'm picking the Lakers.
Do you think
I'm picking the Warriors?
The Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors in 7.
Chris, what you got? Who do you think's winning tonight?
I think we get a magical performance from Steph Curry. Puts his team on his back.
Like Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings.
What's up with you and Greg Jennings?
I don't know. When I hear put the team on his back, I just think of Greg Jennings putting the team on his fucking back.
All right. Yeah, last game you had a 20-piece from Draymond.
Yeah.
You had 25 from Wiggs, and then 13 from Gary Payton. I'd like to bet that that's probably not going to happen again.
No.
I don't know, bro. Gary Payton's damn good, and Draymond in elimination games is just this god.
Yeah, he is. That is
he's
very
elite.
True. You guys remember Game 7 of the NBA Finals?
Yeah, of course I do.
Draymond always shows up offensively in elimination games, so I really wouldn't. Maybe 20 points might be a stretch, but like 15 for Draymond is still, it's a big contribution.
Yeah.
I will say, if the Warriors win tonight, that Game 7 is going to be crazy.
LeBron
that might be one of
Game 7.
That might be one of the greatest games ever.
It's definitely going to be one of the games.
One of the games of all time.
One of the games of all time.
That would be one of them.
Yeah, I mean, Steph had 27 last game, shot 12 of 24. It wasn't the most efficient night because 24 shots, 27 points. But I think tonight I agree. I think it's Steph Curry night. I think he's going to go for 40, for even 50.
They're going to start selling Steph Curry bobbleheads.
Yes, Staples it is Steph Curry tonight. It is Steph Curry's night in the. It's the Crypt.
Oh yeah,
it's
the
Crypt now.
That's the Staples Center.
It's the Crypt now.
No.
But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one tonight. And then obviously, if this gets pushed to a game 7, geez, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Bro, Bron can't blow a 3-1 lead.
Oh no.
That's bad for the agenda. That's bad for his brand. 3-1. Flip it.
That is really bad for
When you
Durant.
think about it, the roles have been reversed now.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what Twitter would be like if LeBron blows a 3-1 lead.
Especially two Steph.
But not
Two
even that,
Steph.
but at age 38. So, like, does it matter that much?
I don't think.
No, I don't think it matters.
I don't
think it
either,
does.
but
It would just
NBA.
Twitter's a different world. You know
Yeah.
that. He could be 46 in a wheelchair, and oh well, he blew a 3-1 lead. And it's like, bro, he is in a wheelchair. They don't care.
Nah, he could
It's
dead ass be in
LeBron.
bro. He could be in a men's league, and he could
Yeah.
lose in like the finals, and people would be like, "Yo, it's affecting his legacy. It's just done. He's no
He's
longer."
in a YMCA league. He blows the lead.
bro,
and
You
he's
think
like,
Jordan's not going to go for 75 in that championship game in the
Bro,
men's league?
Michael Jordan would have won the YMCA championship. Like,
last offseason when he was playing in the summer league, bro, Twitter was talking like that shit was part of his legacy. It was crazy.
really,
my
it's crazy.
bro. Nah,
It's like
Twitter
with
is
his son. With his son, it's good. That's gonna affect his legacy. Oh, his son. If his son doesn't turn out to be good, it's gonna affect his legacy. It's like, it's just
literally
crazy.
no. That's the sad truth of the matter too. Like NBA Twitter is just such a toxic fucking environment. Like it's actually so sad. But when you find good ones on NBA Twitter, it's a good time. I will say
Yeah.
that it's a good time when you find good people on NBA Twitter.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one tonight. Jared Vanderbilt has kind of fallen out of the Lakers rotation too a little bit. He starts, but then doesn't get many minutes. He doesn't fit in this series. He doesn't fit. He's done incredibly well when he's guarded Steph Curry. I will say that much, but it's just the spacing just doesn't work with LeBron and AD out there as well. Especially when LeBron isn't really. Last game he was kind of hitting from 3. He was 3 for 7, but prior to that, the man was shooting like 23% from 3. Like
not very good.
no, not very good at all. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one tonight.
Excited.
I'm
for the
excited,
games
very
tonight.
excited for the games tonight. They're gonna be wild. Hopefully the Knicks come through. We need this one.
They're gonna.
We
bro.
need
They
this one,
have
bro.
to.
We
They're
really
gonna.
need this one. And then game 7.
They have to, bro.
Dean
They
says
need
about
to.
Jared Vanderbilt, dude can't put the ball in the basket. I agree, Dean. That's a great point.
It's kind of the biggest thing in basketball, yeah. I mean, you kind of got to score a little bit. But yeah.
Shout out Dennis Schroeder.
Schroeder's been phenomenal.
really good.
D.
Schroeder's
Schroeder.
been phenomenal. Not much else to say with these two. I mean, Lonnie Walker came back down to earth.
That's it.
You don't say. Lonnie Walker inconsistent.
Lonnie Walker came back down to earth a little bit.
People were praying like, "Oh my God, they should have been playing the whole time." It's like, no, there's a reason why he ain't playing. Like this is just the MO of Lonnie Walker. Like,
It's the Lonnie Walker experience, man.
it's an experience.
He could get very hot. He could get very, very hot, and then he could go very cold for an extended period of time. So that's just how he is. This is just how he is. But yeah, I mean,
That's pretty much it.
that is pretty much it.
That's pretty
guys
much
have-
it.
Couple of TikTok segments and
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
All right. Blind rank these NBA logos without knowing which one's coming next. Playoff edition.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
First off, we got the Boston Celtics.
There's
I
5 of them.
There's
There's
5 of them.
5 of them.
I feel like the Celtics is solid 3.
Yeah,
Right in the middle.
I would agree. I'd say 3
I
or
like the
4.
Celtics logo.
I would say 3 or 4.
Fair. So 3.
Chris, what do you
What
think?
do you think, Chris?
Go 3.
Okay,
Cool.
All right.
The Lakers.
I'd
4.
say 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Celtics 3, Lakers 4.
Next up, the Warriors.
2.
2. Flying through this.
This is light.
Up next, the Knicks.
5.
I would put us at 5 as well. I would be okay.
Knicks
with putting
logo
us at 5.
sucks.
Yeah. 5. Yeah.
And last, we got the Heat.
I'm cool with that.
The Heat at
The
1.
Heat are a cool
Heat are
logo.
one.
The Heat are a very cool
I
logo.
said I hate to say it, but they got a fire logo.
They do, yeah, exactly. Literally.
That list kind of wrote itself.
That did right.
So we got the Heat, the Warriors, the Celtics, the Lakers, and the Knicks.
That was a good one.
Oh, solid.
It's a very good blind rank. I like
All
it.
right.
Like some people don't know what a Nick is and like what's like the backstory of a Nick. Like
What is a
it's
knicker? Like
people back in the day used to wear like these weird like clothing and they used to call them knickers. that you got to be careful how you say that too. So they used to wear that, and then they just cut it off to just the Knicks and all that. I guess over time and all that.
Yeah, that's I can assume. Yeah, we're just like, yeah, we can't be doing this no more.
We can't be. Yeah, we can't
It just needs to be Knicks. It just needs to be
Knicks. Yeah. I think that's how it needs to evolve over time. But it was like a clothing, back in the day, like
That's such a whack.
something like presidents used to wear those weird clothing used to have all that.
Yeah. Yes, it's such a whack ass name.
It really is. Like, we're used to it now,
name.
but it's like if you were to like create a team,
You're not naming them Knicks. You're not naming them Knicks. Like what?
Yeah.
That's,
like most fans don't know like the backstory about like why they call the Knicks and all that. But
yeah, like Heat's a cool name. I'm cool with it. Miami Heat.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. It works.
It is hot in Florida.
It's hot in Florida. In Miami, especially.
Yeah. It's simple. You have the sun, with the fire. It makes sense and all that.
Like, where are there lakes in Los
Well,
Angeles?
the fire.
Are there
Well,
are
it's
there
because
leprechauns
they
in Boston?
They were originally the Minneapolis Lakers.
Oh,
Are there leprechauns in Boston?
I
And they
don't know.
called them the Lakers because of the lakes in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
There's no lakes in LA, so
That makes sense. Yeah. The 76ers, obviously, it's Philadelphia. It's 1776. Like that one writes itself. Independence.
The Nuggets, bro.
The Nuggets, that one you got to figure out. Yeah.
Wait. Is it like? Could it be like
The gold mine.
gold
the
nugget?
gold
Gold
nuggets.
nugget? Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
Okay, then that makes sense.
No,
No.
not actually chicken nuggets.
What other ones?
Chicken
Phoenix
nuggets.
Suns makes sense.
Phoenix Suns make sense, but it's not.
Suns makes perfect sense. Yeah.
The sun don't
Jazz.
shine that much in Phoenix, says Bad Bunny. The sun doesn't shine that much in Phoenix.
It doesn't.
The Jazz in Utah don't make sense because they're not known for like jazz.
Because
That
they
was
were,
supposed to be New Orleans. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was New Orleans. That was the thing.
they were the New
because
Orleans Jazz.
New Orleans Jazz,
They
yeah.
moved
That
to
makes
Utah.
sense.
That's perfect sense.
Like New Orleans Pelicans. Are there even Pelicans in New Orleans?
I think that's their state bird or like something like that.
Oh, is it?
Their
Okay.
state
All right.
bird, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think it's something like that. That's their
What
like,
other ones?
What other ones?
The Nets.
Cavaliers. Like, what do we think of the Cavaliers?
I don't know what
Like,
the Cavaliers.
What are Cavaliers?
Isn't that like a fighter? Like
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
so.
too.
Is that
but,
what
like,
it
why
is?
Cleveland. Do people just fight in Cleveland?
Cavalier.
Like, who wants to be in Cleveland?
Yeah.
All right, what'd you say, Chris? Nets?
The Nets.
The Nets. All right, I mean, it's basketball.
Nets.
But I guess the Nets make sense.
What about the Washington Wizards? That one makes no sense.
That one makes
That
zero
one,
sense.
yeah.
Unless
Orlando
there's just a bunch
Magic.
of-
That makes
Orlando
sense.
Magic makes sense.
Magic is perfect. Yeah.
Yes,
Magic, is
Magic
perfect.
makes
That's a
sense.
good one.
Washington Wizards.
Nothing the Wizards do makes sense. So it makes sense that they're
Golden
good.
State
Houston
Warriors.
Rockets is a great one. Like
That's
Houston,
good.
we got a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, that's a good one.
Houston
That is
Rockets.
a good one.
Good one.
Charlotte Hornets is ass. That sucks.
Golden State Warriors.
But why is their logo a bridge? The
because
bridge and the
Golden-
war, but why?
yes.
What is it?
But they're not going to
Warriors
call
and
them the
Bridge?
Golden State Bridges.
I don't know.
Golden
They're not
Gate.
calling them the Golden State Bridges.
Like I know why their logo is the bridge, but it doesn't make sense with the name.
Yeah, the name. Yeah, you gotta add the war. I don't even. The old jerseys used to have like a warrior type, didn't they? Like
Yes,
the
yes,
We
yes.
Believe didn't it have some type of warrior on that, like symbolize it. You know?
Yes. Some
Do
of
they
the
have a
old-
mascot?
The Warriors? No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
No, there's no
Mm.
way. Watch just a bridge. The rest is a bridge.
Ortiz says
Like the lighthouse.
Ortiz says, "What is a Portland Trailblazer?" I have no idea.
That's a great question, Ortiz.
2-pointer says, "Why is the Magic perfect? Because of Disney."
Yes.
Orlando.
Literally.
Yeah. And Dean says the worst is the Clippers. I agree.
That's
What are
right.
they, like a
Ooh,
barber?
Yeah.
Wait, Sacramento Kings. Like, why is it Kings?
I don't know.
Probably
Wait.
something with their history.
Yeah, probably.
What about the Pacers?
Kings is cool though.
No, racetracks because Indianapolis 500.
Got you.
That one
Oh,
makes
okay, yeah, okay, all right, that makes sense.
wow, look at us. This is like a smart segment.
The
We
Hawks.
didn't even plan this.
Even Timberwolves kind of makes sense for Minnesota. It's cold and all that, so like Wolves, I guess that kind of makes sense.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
The
Yeah.
Raptors though.
Not even a real-
Bro, I was in Canada. There was no
There's
dice.
no Raptors. There's no
There-
Raptors. Man. I don't even believe dinosaurs are real, to be honest. I don't even think they will ever. I think that's just a fake thing that we know. I'm gonna have my own show and just on
why dinosaurs were fake.
They had
Yeah.
to be real.
I feel like
There's fossils.
yeah, but that could be fake too.
That could be fake though.
That could be faked.
Come on.
Fossils could be
They
fake.
lasted 65 million years on the ground. Like they didn't deteriorate. I have this whole setup.
I don't agree. I think they're real, but they could be faked.
Who knows?
Yeah, we don't
I
know.
guess we'll
We
never.
don't
never
really know. Like who's gonna prove? Like who really can prove it?
That
I'm just
Did
saying.
they really go to the moon?
Oh,
was Adam and Eve really.
You
a
just
thing?
turned this to NBA
No.
playoffs, the conspiracy theory.
I don't think they went to the moon.
You know,
No,
think they
not
did.
that first time that like we went.
Like Buzz
that we
Aldrin
went.
and-
That we the
yeah.
BallGame
Not-
podcast.
It's the U.S.
yeah.
Nah, I think it was faked. I agree. I think it was faked. The
Bro,
first one was fake.
The flag was like it was,
Flopping.
it was flopping. There's no wind in space.
No, you know what? That's a good point. I didn't
Makes
think
sense.
about that.
And then like there were like pictures with like wires, I think, and shit too. Like that could be faked, but like I'm just saying.
That's the biggest thing for me. The wind. There's no wind in space.
I do think they did eventually go to the moon.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
get
do
it.
think they've been to
I just
the
think
moon.
the U.S. wasn't the first ones because someone
I
did
agree.
it afterwards.
Russia did it after.
Yeah.
We wanted to beat Russia to it, so
That's
we faked it.
Yeah.
Why? We're fucked now. We're fucked. BallGame podcast is on FBI's most wanted list
For discovering the
discussing
moon.
Flag on YouTube. Conspiracy theories.
We're discussing this.
Our
We're
channel
tops
is
on
going to
there.
get
It's,
straight.
Dinosaurs are fake. The moon landing was fake.
Oh my god.
Dean thinks we chat with aliens. Dean, do you
I
I
mind
agree.
expanding?
I think aliens are real. First,
No, I think aliens are
100%
real.
real.
I don't think we chat with aliens.
I think we talked to them.
Do you mean like we, like us, or we as in like the U.S. government?
Government,
We
yeah,
is in
no,
like
the
the BallGame
government,
podcast, Dean. Do
For
we
sure.
talk to aliens?
for
I
sure.
do.
Government
I
never-
think that aliens are us in the future that discovered time travel.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
That's what I think.
Whoa.
But at the same time, I also think that there's like other beings in like far away
you think there's, like,
galaxies.
Other
Not-
planets, like other planets with people, like
Maybe
or
not,
whatever organisms. Like
Not the planets that we know of, the ones that are further out. Yeah.
there's definitely planets we don't know about. Like,
Yes,
it's not like the 9 or 10,
You
whatever
think
we
there's
have
a
now.
life form that is smarter than us?
Yes.
Human beings?
Yes.
God,
1000%.
I don't know, bro.
Yes.
I don't know.
We're pretty
We
dumb as a whole.
Snapchat, bro.
We do have Snapchat.
Dumb as a whole. So
Yeah, it's a great one. Do you think there's like people that live amongst us that are like not human beings?
Like amongst
Like
us,
a-
like
like
on
aliens.
Earth?
Like aliens, yes, amongst us on Earth.
On Earth? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Some
I
crazy
feel like they
shit
would
to
they
think
would
about.
know. Maybe they do know and they're just not telling us.
That's
so.
that's what I'm saying. They
I thought
definitely
that was
know.
implied.
That's implied. That's definitely implied.
Like, where are they?
I don't know.
they could be among us.
You think
we
Trunks-
just don't know
you think
about it.
Trunks is weird. It could be
could be me.
Trunks.
Yeah.
No.
It could literally be
There's
There's
Trunks.
a lot of stuff we don't know about that's kind of crazy.
Yes, I agree. I also think the government has like technology 10 to 15 years down the line already that like we just don't have any idea.
Oh, of course.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
This AI should just dropped out of nowhere and it's the
Oh,
best
yeah.
tool to ever be placed on this earth out of
Yeah.
nowhere. Like, that
Yeah.
shit's been around for years. They had it probably.
I
Yeah.
wonder how, like, back in the day, like, they had no technology, like, no internet, no nothing. They had to have had, like, someone must have thought about that back in the day. Like, nobody thought, like, about TV or, like, phones. Like, nobody said, there's got to be an easy way for us to travel. Like,
Bro, they were sending letters on
like, there's got to be a quicker way for us to I'll see you in 5 years, babe.
Do you,
You know,
think
gotta
they,
go-
do you think they thought like
Gotta
yo,
go to
this is
Florida.
the most efficient way for us to do things at the time?
It had to be.
Like, do you think that's what they thought? Like right now, we
Because
think
think
this is the
about it.
most
Bro,
efficient.
they
way.
rode
yeah.
horses.
But there's more efficient ways.
Oregon Trail, like, that's what they were doing.
I was about to say that's how people are going to look at it in the future for us, like how we are now. Like, did they think this was the best way of doing stuff? It's gonna just it's like gonna keep just
Crazy. It's scary,
expanding,
too.
and
Like,
going
it's
crazy.
wild.
I don't know.
That's
It's
kind
gonna
of
grow more and more.
I don't.
Don't you
know.
think it's almost like basketball in a way, though? Since we are a basketball podcast, like how much more could basketball really evolve at this point? That's the same thing with life.
It really is, yeah.
I guess.
We-
yeah.
A 4-point line. I
Ball-
don't want that
ball
shit. But
is
4-point
life.
line.
Like I don't think we're we're close to it, but at some point it's
You
gonna
might
be
see
like,
more
damn,
Wemby's,
like we
more
reached
Wembanyamas
peak,
type
peak
players.
Earth.
Peak humanity.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know about all that. I think we're a ways away from peak humanity, honestly. I think we're a ways away from peak humanity. There's still so much wrong with this world. Peak humanity is like the peak done.
There really is no peak humanity.
No.
Yes.
Because the peak is when the robots take over, and is that really the peak of
When we get
humanity?
robots
Be
playing for
below.
the Knicks, then we know we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Robot fans.
Like honestly, yeah. No, that is the utopia. It's the robots.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
We really are.
When you think about it, we're fucked. We have an expiration.
Bro, the
date.
robots aren't far off.
No.
With this
No.
AI stuff,
I think
now?
we'll be dead.
Amazon
I
got
don't
the
know.
robots delivering packages already.
I was about to ask, do you guys think that like this shit happen, like the takeover happens while we're alive?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I don't.
Because it's happening.
Bro,
hate
I
to
don't
say it,
think
it's
they're
going to
far
happen.
off, bro.
I mean, not
I
far
really
off.
don't think they're far off from the robots.
I agree. You have to keep having conversations with people now, like
Bro, they got-
legitimate.
we got-
Bro, I
we got a
use that-
Snapchat AI.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I use that AI shit for my homework. That shit knows everything, bro. All you have to do is give it a body. It already has
Yeah,
the
that is
brain.
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
it already
scary.
has the brain.
That's wild. Man.
It's fucking horrifying. You know did you see the movie Megan?
No.
The Megan movie, that thing? Yo, that shit is fucking terrifying. And I don't think we're far off from that shit. So if you get the chance, go watch that fucking movie. It's scary.
Ortiz says humanity can never be perfect because of the mentality we have. A house divided against itself cannot stand.
That was Ortiz.
Yeah.
What does the BallGame podcast become?
Nah, Ortiz, you're spinning. Bro.
You're not
That's a
wrong,
good
bro.
We're
point.
fucking philosophers now. What is this shit?
That's funny.
I love this. I love this. That's funny. But yeah. All right.
That's it. That's the end.
That's
That's
fun.
We're done.
Yeah.
All
What a
right.
great segment, I thought.
That was phenomenal.
That all expanded from blind rank these NBA logos.
Not sure how that happened, but
That's funny.
all right. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Chris, you want to let these people know where they can find you and everything like that? By the way,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on the show. Really do.
No doubt. This was fun, man. This was
It was
fun.
a great time to have. It was a great time having you. So let them
Also,
know.
I got my flowers. The player I'm gonna give flowers.
Oh,
to.
let's go.
Got the player I'm gonna give flowers to. I'm gonna give flowers to Antonio McDyess.
Beautiful.
Nice.
He was a hooper before the knee injury. Before we got him on the Knicks, 'cause we traded him for Nene. Remember, we had Nene. We drafted Nene, then we traded him for McDyess.
Renee's been around.
Yeah, I'm gonna give
Oh, he's been around.
Antonio McDyess is gonna get the flowers today. But like I said, appreciate you guys having me on. This was a lot of fun. You can follow me Off the Ball Pod on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow the YouTube channel, Off the Ball Network. Go offtheballnetwork.com. Got a lot of dope articles. Going to be doing a lot more NBA draft stuff. You know, as the couple months go along, try to get some guys on the show and all that. But yeah, follow me Off the Ball Pod. That's where I'm most active. Like I said, talk anything basketball. I mean, I do another college basketball recruiting show, Get a Bucket, with my guy Kev Lucas. So we dive into grassroots. We talk high school basketball. We go into everything, college basketball recruiting and all that. So check that out too. But yeah, appreciate you fellas for having me on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials in that description below. And with that,
Ball game.
this is